This rider really knows what she's doing and is a really good rider. Stay tuned and I'll show you what I mean. My name is Laura Kelland-May, and this is Equestrian Skill Builders. This is where you get to send me pictures or video of you riding so I can do a position review and send you comments and tips on how to improve your riding so you can ride safely, comfortably, with confidence, and win more ribbons at your next horse show, if that's what you want to do. If you'd like your own position review done, send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Stay tuned because I'm going to give a detailed review about this rider and why I like her riding so much, and some tips that she can use in her next session to help improve herself and her horse going over jumps. Let's take a look. Here's one of the videos that she sent. It looks like she's in a horse show, dressed up properly and going over a jump. Beautiful, right? Very nice, right? She's riding forward and not interfering with the horse. Horse kind of looks like a young horse in this picture, only because it seems to be on, if you look on the approach, he's really weaving, kind of losing his balance on the approach, but really kind of is trying to do his best given the circumstances. So if you watch that again, watch when he comes around the corner here, right here. So right at this point here, the rider is leaving the track, leaving the protection of the fence, and the horse loses his balance and picks his head up, and he kind of deeks back and forth throughout the turn. As he's coming through the turn here, you can see he's pretty good, and then he comes off the track there and he lifts his head up. Maybe he's noticed that there's a jump in the way. The rider isn't balancing him enough with the outside rein and leg, and so that there is little support for the horse, and that's why he lifts his head up. And the jump is right there. But let's take a look at this. This is a very nice position, and we really like the way this rider is staying with the horse. She's looking up. Her hands are in a good position. Her back is flat. She's not really ducking. She's with the horse, and her leg is in a good position. This is what I really like about this rider. This is what I really like about this rider. She's looking up. She's looking forward. Her hands are supported well on the neck, and her leg is in the correct position as best I can tell. It's hidden by that jump standard. And she's looking up, looking forward, and the horse looks in really good shape. And just take a look at this right here. Wow. Look how much air this horse has between the jump and his legs. He is really clearing this jump. That's another indication that maybe this is a young horse. Really good. Love it. He takes a huge long spot there. But really focus on this rider's position here, that she is with her horse. She is in a lovely position over top of her leg, looking up, looking forward. Her hands are secure on the neck, and her leg is totally underneath her. The horse left out a complete stride there. And look at the clearance that she's getting on that jump. Absolutely amazing. And that's why I really love this rider. She's with her horse. She's not interfering. She's not trying to do too much to get the job done. She's getting the job done and allowing the horse to do its job as best it can. And she is so over top of her leg that the horse left a complete stride out, and still she was with her horse without interfering with it. No ducking, no getting ahead. She's totally with her horse. I want to keep in mind that I am able to stop that video right at the moment where I want to, right at the time when it's maybe the worst position that you can see from this rider. But this is what she looks like even at the worst position, is that her hands are on the neck. Her hands are on the neck here. Really good. Soft connection. We'd like to maybe see a little bit. She's looking up and looking forward. Beautiful. Her leg is totally, and she's not in front of the horse. She's with the horse. And we can see that this horse is really over jumping. He's got this left leg up very nicely, but his right leg is getting left behind here. Lovely position. And here is a few strides after. So if you look at this, this is after the jump, and she's making a turn to the next fence or to a diagonal jump. I'm not quite sure. That's where the video stopped. Just wanted to take a closer look at her riding position right here, and you can see that she is over top of her leg. She's looking up, she's looking forward. She's doing all the things that she really needs to do to get the job done without interfering with her horse. She's got she's with her horse, her seat's over the middle of the saddle, her shoulders over top of her knees, over top of her toes. She's in perfect balance with her horse. The major thing I would like to improve with this rider and this horse is that she should maybe think about changing the bit. Looks like she's got a Kimberwick in there or something a little bit too strong for my liking. I would recommend that she use a different bit, something that's not quite as harsh for a horse. You can see here there's a lot of tension in his neck and his mouth is open, but she's being quite soft with her hands, and still the horse is quite tense. So I would swap that out for a snaffle bit rather than continuing on with this Kimberwick. If you'd like to have your own position review done, send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. And leave a comment. I'd love to hear about what you're doing with your horse. And here's the video of the rider doing the turn after the jump. And you can see how much the horse really dislikes the use of the rider's hands on the turn. And one thing that this rider could do is really do some more flat work so that they can turn properly. Don't do anything over fences that you wouldn't be doing on the flat already. So if you're not cantering and turning, then shouldn't be doing it at the horse show. She's approaching the jump. The horse gives her a lovely big jump over top. And then right after, one stride after the jump, the horse pushes its head up right there because she does a major correction, a major transition to a slower canter to try to get the balance. If you're in a horse show and the judge sees this, it's going to be marked down because you're showing tension. And to help the rider work on this, do exercises, canter over poles on the ground so that you can establish a good cantering pace, and do a transition from a forward canter to a regular or slower canter, a forward canter to a regular canter, so that when you do land off a jump and when you sit up, close your leg, close your hand, the horse does come back to you rather than get tense and throw its head up. So if you were doing this exercise, you can do this exercise at home. Instead of having a jump here, you could have a pole on the ground, canter over the pole, and then sit up, close your leg, close your hand, and not get that reaction. And what this horse does is reacts to the rider's hands rather than sitting up and slowing down. The horse flings its head up, and that's going to cause you a major ribbon or just get crossed off in a horse show. Let's take a look at this video here, see if there's anything different that we can see in this video as she approaches 2 jumps in a row. Here she comes. Rather than relaxing and doing a downward transition into a steadier, more compact, packaged canter, the horse is running through the rider's hands and not sitting back on its hocks. How are you going to fix that? Excellent question. How are you going to fix that? You're going to do transitions. You're going to do walk, halt transitions, trot, walk transitions, canter, trot transitions, and establish a foundation so that when you do get to the horse show, you can do a canter to a balanced canter. So the horse understands what they have to do. And so the horse is strong enough that they can do it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take months of work. What I see on the approach to this jump is that the horse isn't straight. So the problems are solving right out of the corner to the jump. Rather than approaching straight and keeping straight, the horse is trying to find a way by swinging its quarters out of how to balance himself and get the stride in. This is what I mean. See, he's throwing his quarters to the left. There, they're to the right, then to the left, to the right, to the left, and then there. And rather than, she has the right instinct. She wants to sit up and try to get another stride in, but the horse doesn't understand to get himself back on his hindquarters and steady himself and package himself so that he can jump the jump. And what does he do? Rather than sitting back and balancing and packaging himself so he can jump, he just flings himself over top of the jump. And this is why I really like this rider. The horse totally misses a stride and leaves the ground in an unorthodox fashion. But look how beautiful this rider is over top of this jump. She did the first jump. She had the right instincts, sat up, kept her legs on, held on the reins to help steady and balance and collect this horse. But the horse didn't do anything, ran through her hands, jumped like this over top of the second fence. But the rider is so balanced over top of her legs. She stayed with the horse without interfering with the horse and continued on her way. It's beautiful. She lands in balance, continues on. This horse and rider team are going to be going places, but they have to do the groundwork. They have to do the flat work at home before they get to a horse show. Just remember, don't do anything over jumps, over a course of jumps that you haven't practiced or done in the flat. So if you haven't adjusted your stride, canter, packaged the canter, lengthened the canter, ordinary canter on the flat, then why would you expect the horse to be able to do it when they're going over jumps? You have to lay that foundation for the horse so that when they get to the horse show, they can check all the boxes and do everything that you've asked of them. My name is Laura, and if you'd like to have your own position review done, send me an email, thistleridge@hotmail.com. I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what you think and tell me what you're doing with your horse. Thanks now. Bye.